Hello, my name is Phillip Burgess, and I'm here to tell you a little about myself and my achievements as a result of furthering my education and pursuing my undergraduate and graduate studies in the environmental management and policy field. I will also touch on my experiences and knowledge through employment and in the field as a result of my continued education. Once considered to be a novice in the environmental field, I am now known as and respected amongst my peers, successfully leading as a natural resource interdisciplinary team leader. I have successfully managed highly controversial natural resource projects. I have written and edited multiple environmental impact statements and numerous other NEPA documents in support of agency objectives. As an interdisciplinary team leader, I have provided and continue to provide valuable support and direction and resources supporting the analysis and implementation of efforts in the office and in the field. I have served as the Collaborative Forest Landscape Restoration Program subject matter expert for the United States Forest Service on the Payette National Forest, one of only 10 forests with the largest designated wilderness areas in the contiguous United States to participate in the congressionally funded program. A pioneer to the collaborative program, I have presented valuable information in both the public and political arenas. In addition, I have successfully navigated the political, state, agency, and resource boundaries through new, innovative approaches. The introduction and utilization of the Wyden Amendment by my direction had helped meld those boundaries into a unified approach, mitigating most of the complications associated with multiple boundaries. I have worked closely with fellow government agencies, nonprofit organizations, and other natural resource advocates such as Trouts Unlimited, Rocky Mountain Owl Foundation, and the Sierra Club, just to mention a few. All this in an effort to form a trusting working relationship, providing an opportunity to utilize resources outside of the Forest Service technical and monetary capabilities in an effort to meet resource objectives. This approach developed a good working relationship. Combined with additional resources such as trained staff, funding, and equipment, this resulted in a greater efficacy on the ground. I have developed a sense of trust, transparency, and a better sense of understanding for all proponents involved. Due to the fact that the CFRP for the Payette National Forest was nearing the end as the term designated by Congress, I have recently accepted a new position and promotion with the Department of Defense at Fort Benning, where I currently serve as the Chief Planner for the Environmental Division, responsible for maintaining and keeping the Army's environmental objectives on task and in compliance of applicable federal, state, and local regulations, laws, and policies. Starting at an entry-level position in the environmental field as an administrator, I have now advanced to a senior-level administrative environmental management position. From filing papers and taking memos, I now exercise considerable responsibility for decisions and or recommendations in matters relating to the development and execution of environmental programs, and coordinate with local and federal environmental regulation agencies, public and private organizations on matters relating to the environmental protection and preservation. I evaluate environmental programs for effectiveness and compliance with applicable laws and regulations, participate in environmental performance assessments. I provide oversight of the installation's infrastructure, working closely with the Army Corps of Engineers, providing quality and contractual control over developmental programs. The American Public University Environmental Policy and Management Capstone program starts with a strong foundation and a good quality core of requirements. The EVSP 500 research methods for environmental sciences and policy combined with the EVSP 501 environmental management course helped establish a preliminary research and analytical process, providing a foothold for further development and understanding. The variety of courses offered within the program's curriculum, networking, and research project requirements further hone my abilities to professionally and academically achieve my goals. Each course established a base to build upon through networking forums and discussions with other students as well as the instructors themselves. This in itself provided a perspective brought awareness to issues not initially realized by myself. In 2012, I decided to go back to school and enter the environmental sciences field. Prior to my time with American Public University, I knew little in regards to environmental outside of the basics. American Public University helped me to develop my understanding of environmental issues, and in turn, I was able to develop my abilities to conduct meaningful and professional research, develop educated opinions, and communicate on a professional level with my peers. Prior to my endeavors with the environmental world, I knew almost nothing as to what an environmental impact statement was, let alone have the ability to write such a document. Now I write, edit these documents to include 1,500-page EISs. I provide public feedback, introduce, discuss projects to other professionals and members of Congress. The forums provided valuable feedback, enabling me to continuously adapt my analytical approaches. Case in point, when I first started my restoration ecology course, I truly thought I had a good understanding as to what restoration ecology was. I understood the material. It was how I communicated the topic that needed the work. My first assignment was to write a paper on the definition of restoration. The information was there. I was just unable to communicate it effectively and received a 90%. After feedback from my fellow students and the professor, I wrote a detailed proposed action titled Project 5 Landscape Restoration Project Proposal, a 30-page detailed paper identifying existing conditions versus desired conditions on a multiple watershed level, encompassing all resources within the project boundaries. I have put forth a tremendous effort and have taken great strides to progressively gain wisdom and knowledge academically and professionally since my initial pursuits in the environmental sciences field with APUS. Through hard work and perseverance, I am now looked upon as a professional and considered to be a subject matter expert in the field. I owe this to the education I have received with American Public University. Thank you.